Okay, we have a question from Steve, and I'm really probably not going to answer it, but here we go. I'm obese, but I have a decent level of strength. He's a 26-year-old male, 350 pounds at 6'4", 200K deadlift for my American audience, that's 440, 140 squat, about 308 back squat, 100K bench, 220, and 65K military, which is what, 165, I think. Yeah. First and foremost, my goal is to get down to healthy 15% body fat range. From 350 to 15% body fat range. I don't know what the number is, but that should be good. After that, I would like to pick up martial arts again. I have previously trained in karate and Muay Thai. I have turned to kettlebell training for their cardio and strength training properties, while I try to slim down and retain functional strength. Also, I see kettlebell training come highly recommended for martial arts conditioning. Okay. Currently, I'm following the dry fighting weight program with a 60-minute walk on rest days and water fasting on weekends. Wow, you're taking this seriously if you're doing water fasts on 2 days. How can I adjust my program for better results? What are your thoughts on fasting in combination with training for fat loss? Is there any other advice I should follow as to strive to lose as much of this tremendous amount of fat? It's unusual to me that most kettlebell strength programs ignore horizontal pulling. Why is that? Because it's kettlebells. It's not a barbell. It's not a... I responded too quickly. Let's get back to that. First off, I'm Dan John, and I don't know what the dry fighting weight program is. I see it mentioned on the Reddit threads a lot. But this is an important thing for my whole audience to read. I get questions about Pavel's programs a lot. And somebody said that I was a hypocrite over on Reddit because I wrote the foreword of Pavel's book. But I say here that I don't believe in minimalist training. Well, first off, I do believe in minimalist training. There's great value to it. But what I think a lot of people don't understand is that, when you ask specific questions about simple and sinister, you need to ask Pavel. I don't know what you're supposed to do on week 8, day 3, because that's a program I don't do. So just as a general note, and this isn't anything, Steve, this isn't a criticism at all, but when you have questions about certain programs, you really should ask the authors of them. I'll get questions about these programs from these other kettlebell people, and it's like, they say I should do, this clean and press thing. Why? I don't know. That's their program. I mean, I can defend armor building formula. I can defend all my works because I know them, I've done them, and I've coached them, so I have some experience. When you ask about better results, the first thing I'm concerned is that you're doing the 5-2 in kind of in a unique way. If you read Brad Pillen, and of course Brad is really the guy who gave us Eat, Stop, Eat, which really is, intermittent fasting is more of some people do more of a 16-8, so 16-hour fast, 8-hour feeding window. Some people do a 24, so 20-hour fasting and 4-hour. But when you slide over to those 24-hour fasts, this is something Brad talks about on his podcast quite a bit, and I just want you to remember this. After about 24 hours, you've pretty much, you've gotten all the benefits of that strict of a single day fast. True, you can keep fasting, but the biggest improvement, the bulk of the benefits come in that 24-hour mark, 20 to 24-hour mark. After that, it's diminishing returns. I would prefer, but what do I know? I'd prefer if you did slide to like 5 days normal eating, 1 day fast, 5 days normal eating, 1 day fast, a little bit more like Brad suggests. But if you're doing the 2 days because it's easy for you because of work or life, keep doing it. But my one thing I just want you to remember, the benefits that you're getting on that second day of fasting aren't nearly as good as the first day. There's still benefits, but they might not be as much. Personally, that's one of the reasons right now, I fast hard after certain workouts of my week. I do the 24 hours, but I also do the big protein hit. So I work out, do the big protein hit, then fast, because I'm just trying to work through some of this new research to see if it does help. One thing I would recommend to you is to please walk after every kettlebell workout. You're saying that you're walking on your rest days and your water fasted weekends. I don't think that's enough. I think walking has to be part of what you do. Now, the nice thing is, and I kind of discovered this myself, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, and by the way, again, diminishing returns. For me, that 30-minute walk after every weight workout has just really benefited me in so many ways. So that would be a big one for me, is for advising you to walk after every workout, and then, but only for 30 minutes, and then reserve that longer walk on your rest days. I have a book, Easy Strength for Fat Loss, and in that book, you can get it at danjohnuniversity.com/bookstore. I have a lot of other ideas about helping you maintain, and even help with some with body fat, but it's lots of small little things, and frankly, a couple of them have really helped me a lot. From Brad, Brad Pillin, I've gone back to more saunas. From Tim Anderson, I'm doing more original strength. So my easy days now are saunas followed by original strength, followed by a walk. And I find that to be just delightful. The saunas do have some value in body fat loss. You've got to read this book called The Book of Heat, the book on heat. How the original strength helps me is that if I feel good and I move good, well, a correlation, I should look good. So for me, the movement moving a little makes me want to move a lot. And of course, the walk is a great follow-up. On the horizontal pulling, you can do anything you want. I mean, you can just add one arm rows like I recommend in my new book, Kettlebell Workout Companion. That's the one arm row is something we do a lot of, but I read kettlebell stuff all the time. I couldn't understand why some of the authors do, or some of the writers of programs do half the stuff they recommend. They'll have all these really like one time I read a workout that had 3 sets of 3 in the windmill, and I always struggled with what are 3 repetitions in the windmill. Now I know some of you say, oh, down, up, down, up, down, up. But when you're doing windmills, it's supposed to be a lot more, it's supposed to be kind of movement based and flow based. Reps didn't make sense to me, but what do I know? I hope I helped you on that. And good luck. I really wish you would look into my book, Easy Strength for Fat Loss, because people who've weighed 350 have really brought their weight down. I have 2 examples of that. But there's also a kettlebell program on my website, danjohnuniversity.com, for this too. Good luck to you on this, and I hope it helps.